welcome to the PGL Asia Minor Championships 2017. Part of the road on to the Krakow Major, which will take place in July. And make sure, if you haven't already got your tickets, get them if you can, because you're going to need them. It's going to be epic. However, there are teams here who are looking for a place in that Krakow Major. Two teams right now in trouble at the bottom of Group B are Mongols and 7642, who go head-to-head in a best-of-3 now, and it is elimination time. The loser is done at the Asia Minor. The winner will have the opportunity to play immunity for a place in the semi-finals. So still plenty of Counter-Strike ahead, and 2 more days ahead of us as well for the knockout stages to find the 2 teams that qualify not for the major, but for just the offline finals. That's how hard it is to get to the major these days. Let's get into it with our new members on the panel. We've swapped out our experts, and instead we've now got commentators.
That's cold, man.
Was that cold? Was it too cold for this time of the day? Was it? I'm sorry, Dust.
Cold, but I mean, him definitely you spot on about Metis, but well, come on, I've done this a few times.
Well, I mean, Natu needed a break. You know, he's getting on a bit.
He is knocking on, and he does need a bit of a break.
Yeah. I mean, he's older now. You gotta get those
exactly.
naps. You would know, of course, over there. So.
Yeah, I'm only a couple of years behind him, so I'm kind of catching up to him. Feeling a bit old as well. Well, talking of old, 76-42. Could be old news here if they lose this one. They're done. They didn't really show us much in the first match, Vince, did they?
No, they got blown over. Absolutely blown over. It was rough to watch, honestly. You see why Blair effectively said they had no chance. If they got over 6 rounds, he'd have been impressed and quite surprised.
Well, Natu picked 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean,
they got 4.
And to be completely honest, off that performance, you can see why. They just didn't show up. They showed nothing against Tai Lu that would really worry them whatsoever. Fair enough, Tai Lu just went on a stomping spree against Immunity as well, so clearly they're in fine form. But 7642 looked much weaker than the Mongols, to me personally. Yeah,
and their opponents are the Mongols. They were, I don't want to say too impressive in their first match because they lost it against Immunity, but they showed flashes to us, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think that match went exactly how we expected, right? We kind of thought that, 7642 definitely going to be the underdog in this group in a big way, but it was hard to pick like who would win between Mongols and Immunity. You didn't really have a clear favorite, I felt like, based on all that had been going on in the scene, but Mongols got close, but not close enough. Definitely a lot of kind of back and forth rounds and crazy situations. And I think we called it at the beginning. The rematch is very likely of Immunity versus Mongols for that 2nd seed, and so Mongols have to try to live up to that billing and take care of business here in this best-of-3.
What's the difference between them, Vince, right now? Do you think is the firepower on Mongol side?
I think just in every metric possible, there was more cohesion there. Obviously, they played against Immunity, and it was kind of a rough performance on Overpass, to be completely honest. There was a lot of stuff that I'm sure was triggering Blair, triggering Dust, triggering everyone that was watching that game. But at least the Mongols seem to have Machine Gun in decent form. At least they seem to have a couple of players that were landing shots when they were available to them. 7642, I can't remember a single player that shone in any capacity in that game.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, and now this is a best-of-3. Notoriously, they have a very shallow map pool. Things are going to start to get a bit more interesting.
Yeah, and we'll turn our attention to the map pool very shortly. Dust, what are you expecting?
I mean, I know that Mongols is going to get rid of Nuke. That's their permanent ban, and I think they want to steer it towards maps like Mirage and Overpass. For 7642, it's hard to know because obviously we talked about how this team kind of got pieced together by former members of Signature. 4 out of the 5 players have played on that team for a considerable amount of time. And so because they haven't played that much with this current 5, it's hard to know what their map pool even could be because they've only played every map maybe 1 or 2 times total. So that's not really a good sample set to know what to expect. I will say they did a good job in the qualifier to get here by beating teams like JYP and Rekka, which were upsets. I mean, I think people would have expected Rekka from Indonesia or JYP from Malaysia to make it here over this team, but they were able to do that. And they did it really off the back of winning games on Inferno. So I think maybe they would like to steer it maybe to an Inferno situation. I think they want to actually probably avoid Mirage. They're pretty poor on that map online record-wise, but that's just a couple of guesses.
Is the Inferno bug the reason that not many teams have played it in Asia so far? Because it doesn't seem to be one of the most popular. I've seen it once, and it was in the last game for the first time in this tournament.
I mean, I think it's just like any time that you have a new map come into the pool, people are always a little bit hesitant to absorb it because they want to focus on other maps, and they don't really have the time maybe to really focus on the new one coming in. And I think that, I mean, it's happened on pretty much every map that we've seen rotate into that 7th slot, that it took a little bit of time for teams to really embrace it and figure it out.
There's always one team, though, isn't there, there that practice the hell out of it.
If you're an underdog, that's how you get
Yeah,
back
I mean,
in.
Dignitas springs to mind when Nuke came out. They're just like, nope, we're just going to practice the crap out of it. We're going to learn all the new smokes, all the new flashes, and we're going to dominate anyone that dares to play us on it. And there were, crazily, Vince, a few teams that were like, yeah, we'll give them a go on. Oh, crap, they're actually really good.
Yeah, the only time at the start where they actually got knocked down, I think, was by Hellraisers, and that was in a previous E minor qualifier. So, yeah, there are teams out there that will just go super ham on a new map, trying to.
And maybe Inferno's theirs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could very well be the case. That could be a golden ticket to a free map. Obviously, best of 3, that can make all the difference. So you got to take the advantages where you can.
Guess what? Guess what? 76-42 have gone for Inferno. Good call, Dust. Train for Mongols. Not a massive surprise, but if it goes to 3, it will be Mirage.
Yeah, Mirage, of course, one of those maps very prevalent in the Asian scene.
Dust 3.
No huge surprise.
Yeah.
We've seen already quite a few times.
Yeah, absolutely. And usually mostly comfortable as well on that map.
Yeah, it's funny enough though. It's like it's a pretty poor record from 7642 on Mirage. They're 1-5, I think, with this 5 on the map. So they play it a lot. So there's the fluency there of the familiarity, but they don't have the results to back it up. The train pick from Mongols, I think, is fair enough. It's probably their most played map with their current 5, and it's one of their better win rates as well. Like they're 7-3. So it makes sense. That's like a strength for them. It's a map they're comfortable playing. It's a good solid pick against a team that has only played it once and has lost that game. So I think that when you look at the way that this went on, my Mongols definitely comes out on the better end of the deal as far as the picks and bans.
I would ask you for a prediction, but I think it's fairly obvious which way we're all going on this one.
I think so.
Mongols 2-0, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a glimmer of hope on Inferno for
Definitely.
7642, but I would edge with 2-0.
Yeah. So the harder question is, how many rounds are they going to get?
Collectively or per map?
Well, you can do it per map if you want.
Okay, I would say we're going to see, like, if it goes 2-0, 2 16-10s, somewhere around that mark. I don't think they're going to get as rocked as they did against Tai Lu, but I think they're still going to get pretty handedly beaten.
I think Train will be fairly one-sided, probably worse than 16-10. I think Inferno could be a really close game, though. And I know that Mongols, that's probably one of the maps they've had like the least success on. So there's a window there for 7642 if, in fact, they're like well-drilled on the map and, you know, they're prepared. I think they could maybe force a third map in this series. Depends on what type of form Mongols are on. So, yeah, but definitely Train will be a one-sided affair for Mongols if I had to guess.
All right, thanks very much, gents. We're going to mix things up in the commentary booth as well as we head into our 4th match of Group B, getting very close to finding out who our top 4 will be here at the PGL Asia Minor as we head over to our commentary team for game number 4.
7642 versus the Mongols. This is going to be quite a match. It's going to be quite a good surprise. And talking about surprises, here we have another one for all you Blay fans. Here he is casting for you.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Blay.
Thank you. It's quite a change up, you know, actually being on the casting desk after quite a while being on the desk. What are your thoughts on this matchup, so to speak? Because I think the desk were both saying that it's going to be 2-0 to the Mongols.
Yeah, that's kind of what everyone thinks at this point in time. But considering yesterday's possibility for an upset that we've seen, you know, from Renegade's opponents on the last BO3, I wouldn't want to jump into any kind of conclusions, although I must say that I do favor Mongols as well myself.
Yeah, Mongols. It's going to be the map coming in here. It's going to be Train. This should be, I mean, I've seen them play on Train earlier. It's one of the main maps, a map they're very comfortable on.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's going to be pretty hard for 764. The second map coming up is going to be, I think, it is going to be Inferno, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's a map which 7642 is not that well known for, but it could still be interesting. But here we go. We're going live here for Pistol Round Mongols, starting on the T side. And 7642 with a kit, a smoke. So not much utility now that either of the two teams, apart from NCL, who has a Molotov and a couple of flashbangs. But taking it very, very slow indeed.
Bit of a contact play towards the B side there. Nothing spotted just yet. The CT is now turtling closer toward the east side. They're expecting some sort of a push to happen on that place. In the meantime, one of the CTs there holding on from 7642 on that B place. Not fighting too much so far. It seems like Mongols don't need to attack too often. They're waiting for some sort of an aggression coming in from 7642. But alas, there's none to be found just yet.
Yeah, so we do have the Molotov on NCL, so I'm assuming it's going to be interplay looking at where the C4 is heading over. And it's going to be the post-plan Molly, if I'm not mistaken. However, 7642, they do have a smoke and one kit on QQ God. And that's going to come in pretty handy here, because it is going to be the interplay coming in. It is going to be retake as well coming in from 7642 here. The NCL waiting for the signal. And he's, of course, the in-game leader as well, so he's going to be calling for this in to take any time right now.
Indeed, as Bled told you, NCL's going to be planning for this molly to be used after the post plant, and here comes that push. CBBK finds a nice headshot there, and it's a good start for him, but the molly actually is detoured towards the connector area. That's not going to be great, but in the meantime, CBBK finds yet another frag. Fantastic start for the lads here in 7642. However, they're being dunked down by Dobu, who finds himself a couple of frags in Machine, and NCL some good shots. Cigarette is all that remains for his team in a 1v2 scenario. Now he's picked up the smoke. He could put it to some good use, trying to block off visibility from the top side there. But then he doesn't. Takes his time with this. He does have the defuse picked up from his fallen enemy in there. Nice, clean headshot. This is a good start. Now with that smoke, he's going to be able, or might be able to defuse the bomb there. Machine Gun has no idea where he is, but it finally connects. And it's going to be Mongols that win the round, but just about.
Just about. I actually like what he did with the Molotov. Like most, let's be honest, right? I mean, the Molotov on the bomb post plan is something which is done so very often that the cities always have a smoke with them in hand. So I like to use it from the molly over towards connected, Z connected, but I think it was a little too late there.
A little bit diversity.
Yeah, you could have probably tossed him a little bit earlier. And CBK getting 2 kills, that was huge. That could have easily been around for 7642, but Dobu with a quick double there, just turning it around, and in the end, Machine Gun clutching it out. And I don't think the smoke really landed perfectly on the bomb as well. So Machine Gun, he knew like the bomb was there, and it was a tiny little angle, like an area where he had to shoot at, and he managed to get the kill. Force Buy is going to be coming in 7642, of course. It's Asian Counter-Strike. Eco is going for a full eco is something which you rarely ever see in Asian CS. So Cigarette boosted up to a total over the CZ. Whew!
Beautiful early start there for Cigarette as he peeks out and makes quick work out of Dilba, but Cabal returns a fire. It's going to be a 4v3 situation right now, favoring Mongols, and they're making their way. There's nice, safely and clean. Cigarette now on 3 HP. He's not going to be too long for this world, or indeed he falls at the hands of NCL. Here comes another CT, not spotted by NCL, or has he? Just quickly turns around there. It's going to be PTC, 6 shots from him. And then so goes. No longer in this round. 2v3 now. CT's trying to make this one back in here, but 7642 is going to have a bit of a surprise. NCL trying to make his work there, but he doesn't have a lot of leeway. Not a lot of room for wiggle. So PTC, perfect angle for his peak there. QQ doesn't have the time to save his teammate, unfortunately, so it's turned back in a 1v1 situation. None of the players seem to want to face each other now, so Machine would rather go for a bomb plat, even though he does have the AK in his hands. He picks up a passive angle. Goes towards the B side, using shift, and that's not going to let any kind of information known towards QQ.
That was kind of a very dumb play from CBBK when he walked inside during that gap over there. You know your opponent are an eco, they have a scout as well. Why are you leaving yourself like so less wiggle room to escape? So you got taken down there. Dumb plays from Mongols, again, going for unnecessary fights. The 1v1 here, but QQ with...
Oh! Nice shot from QQ, and that's going to be the end of the round there. 7-6-4-2. Dunbar or not, they did some silly mistakes, and that will cost him this round. 7-6-4-2 back in the game now. 1-1.
Mongols deserve that. They deserve to lose that round. They just made so many completely unnecessary plays there. They had a man advantage. They went in for the fight. Like, why? You know where the
There's
CTs
no
are.
need for it.
There's no need for it. Get the bomb down. Get the bomb, not play the bomb. It came down 1v1. Machine was low as it was. QQ plays it perfectly.
For a second there, it sounded like, get the bomb down.
Get the bomb down.
I was a bit worried I was about to do something about it.
It's always a family show.
Always a family show, indeed.
Yeah, scores are tight. Mongols, well, they kind of punched themselves in the groin there. So 7642, they're going to go for the UMP's M4. So a lot of utility being spent as well. And Mongols, of course, are going to go for the Force. They do get the bomb down, so that means 2 AKs, a couple of Deagles, the Tech 9 and Dobu, and virtually, well, just a little bit of utility to work with. 3 flashbangs of smoke and a molly still in the hands of the Mongolian players. And 7642, they're pretty happy just keeping one guy alone in a bomb site. It's going to be Leaf, although he does have backup coming in the form of CBBK. The 2 UMPs.
And there's a backflank already set up for them. And look at the Cigarette making his way into T-spawn. This is going to be interesting because he's going to be facing one of the T's in just a couple of seconds. This is all a question of timing. Is he going to be looking at the right place? No, he's not. Just turns around as NCL decapitates him with the Deagle. It's a good start for Mongols right now, and they do need that. They were a bit lacking in terms of firepower. Now with that UMP, they should be doing a bit better.
True that, and yeah, they had like 2 Deagles, Tech 9, free UMP. They had the man advantage as well, and now look at the map control as well. NCL is walked up all the way to its all off, but it's going to be QQ. It's going to shut him down. 4v4 now, but the bomb is making its way to the bomb site, and I think they have an inkling here. You can see CBBK, I'm sorry, pushing in towards right behind the bomb train. It's going to be so good. What an entry there.
Clean shot from him, but CBBK returns fire. Not for too long, though. He's going to be falling down at the hands of Machine Gun, and here comes PTC. Wants to get into that site, and that he does. Machine is no longer on the round. That's an important frag, because Machine has been destroying every enemy today. With that in mind, it's still a 2v2, and now the These do not have a molly to counter onto a bomb defuse, so they're going to have to play for peaks, and that they do indeed. But Sogo's going to be the first one to fall down. PTC is not merciful when it comes to frags, and here comes a good shot from QQ. Lowered up, Cabal does not dare to peek, but it's going to be PTC indeed that gets him. And the bomb will be defused. Good round from 7642, but still, their economy is not as fantastic as they want it to be.
Yeah, and knowing the Mongols, I really wouldn't be surprised if they went for the force, although they shouldn't, because they got the bomb down. They know just two guys still on 7642, so they could kind of like pressurize. Like, this is a round where I wouldn't be surprised if they went for a pistol armor buy, you know, because they can pressurize the economy. If they manage to win the round,
it would be a good moment to do that.
Yeah, and they're actually going for it, like pistols, deagles.
They heard you.
Probably heard me. I actually like this. I actually like this buy. This can actually catch 7642 off guard, and even if they lose the round, you know, they still have money to go for the buy next. Oh my God!
Sick shot from NCL to start things off, and it's going to be CBBK left wondering what the hell just happened.
Bullet to the head.
Absolutely insane plays. They're good pre-fire as well. You'd expect him to take that pre-fire, but it connected beautifully, like butter on toast. And now it's the man advantage for Mongols. They don't have the rifle power just yet, but they do have the man advantage. So they might be able to do something with that.
QQ just neutralized Machine as soon as he said that.
Yeah.
So Machine down. Machine Gun is the designated lure for the team, though. You know, he's the guy who's going to be on the other side of the map, trying to find kills, trying to make something work and leave. Spots at the first guy, and yeah, man advantage rusted back with 7642. This should be the round for the Thai team. Should be 3-1 here.
Should be by all means and purposes. Leaf did not hesitate to pull the trigger because he had a really short gap in which to take the frag down from Cabal. That is why you wouldn't see him wait. Rather, he's holding on to the same angle, and that's going to end up hurting him because he falls down, and so does Cigarette. But QQ comes in with the fire, though. It's a 1v2 situation. This might allow Sogo to get a bomb plant if he gets this frag, but he doesn't. PTC puts him down. It's going to be 3-2-1.
Expensive
that was what I wanted to say, yeah. A lot of money invested in and a lot of money lost there, as Mongols just kind of clean up house almost with, what, pistols.
Yeah, and
look at this.
The Eagle shots, man. NCL, Sogo, like there's a 1Dx. That's a problem with 7642, even if they make it like, even though it's 3-1 right now, you know, it's trained CD side, it's highly favored the CD side, but the second they lose a round, the money's gonna be broken, and Mongols will be able to string a couple of rounds together here. So it's more about here, I'll be honest, it's Mongol CD side is pretty brutal on this map as well. It's still early days, you really can't say much here, but for 7642, they need to at least get like close to 11 rounds if they want to stand a chance on this map.
All right.
So
good call. Let's see if they'll be able to achieve that. It might seem like an achievement indeed right now, because Mongols, as we've seen throughout the day, they're absolutely lit when it comes to entries. So they might just get themselves some nice little rounds on the T side and on the train. Just as Blake told you, you don't want to give too much leeway on the T side.
No, you don't. That's QQ. I actually, the 4-1 setup, like, you know, it's pretty default. It's something 7642 have been doing all this while. I'm a little surprised. Well, Mongols have been pressurizing the inner bomb side, but that's always when they're on a half buy or or an eco, like we saw the past couple of rounds. I'd like them to go for a slightly faster play, or maybe a mid-round explode into the inner bomb side, because they know, like, they should know by now. That's like usually one guy just playing there early in the round. So I'm waiting for that to come from Mongols. In the meantime, right now, they're taking it very slow, going for IV control. QQ got down 48 HP, spraying through the smoke. He's going to fall back. The smoke's going to dissipate here. Flashbang comes out, but great flash.
Good baits. There. Perfect baits, absolutely. Great team flash as well as Cigarette peeks in and takes one down, but Machine, alongside a teammate, is still getting at the IV spot. No, he's actually alone, but he's still finding frags. Nonetheless, it is a 3v3 situation. As CBBK returns fire, but NCL and Machine Gun return their own. So Leaf right now, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And the rock is named NCL. The hard place, Machine Gun. How do you get out of this situation here? Leaf, well, he barely makes it out of this duel, but he's left with 13 HP. And the bomb does get planted indeed on the A side. It's a bit of a dangerous game for him. Machine does not have utility. Leaf does not as well. They're going to have to go in straight up Western style on this bit of a duel, and it looks like Machine Gun's going to be a John Wayne of it.
That was close. That was very, very close. And Machine could have been taken down there. Leaf playing it very smart. He actually fell back because he thought Machine got off the bomb plan because there's 5 seconds remaining. Machine sticking the bomb plan and in the end clutching it out. But like we said, they win the round and 7642's money is kind of broken and 7642 are going to go for the force buy.
Okay.
Why the hell not, right? Like, why the hell not? They're going to go for the force buy. It's got to be 2 UMPs, 3 Deagles. But we've seen what they can do with the Deagles as well. Let's find out what happens.
Look, they probably know they don't have a lot of chances in this matchup here, so they're like, okay, YOLO, you know what I mean? Just trying their best with what they've got, but they will be facing a lot of action towards the A side there. CVBK connecting some shots, but then dying down at the hands of Dove. It's a 4v4 situation as the CTs have to withstand a fantastic push.
Look at the flank coming in as well from behind as Leaf charges in with that UMP picked up from Pop Dog. He gets a kill into Dobu. And it's a 2v4. How is this even a 2v4?
No idea what 762 are doing here, but it seems to be working absolutely great. PTC as well with a nice shot from the Deegan Machine is all that remains. He's up against the 1v3 and Leaf will take him down.
PTC,
2
man.
rifles saved.
PDC with he's like a walking guillotine, just walking around, getting headshots off with their heads. 4-2 and 7-6-4-2. Here's the thing. What triggers me about Asian CS is how you see all these teams go for force buys multiple times, and that's because their opponents, none of the Asian teams know how to play an anti-force buy, apart from maybe one or two teams, right? Yeah. So they keep getting rewarded for going for this force buys, and it kind of gets ingrained in the head that we got
it's good to do it.
It's good to do it. They keep going for this, and then second they face off against a half-decent Tier 2 EU team, that's when they just get completely destroyed, wrecked. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is Asian Counter-Strike. It might not be the most tactically sound Counter-Strike you'll see, but trust me,
it's entertaining.
It's very, very entertaining indeed. Leaf with the longest spree of his life. He's going to get the kill, falls back, and it is pretty much full eco this time around from the Mongols. Just one eagle. Finally.
Yeah, they go for it. So this time, bit of a straight bullet caught by NCL there. Just bit it. And then PTC with the duel for this round. It's got to be Leaf with another one there. And he leaves Machine Gun all alone. Machine Gun's position now known. So he's going to be pushed in. But I don't like the way that he's being closed in by only one CT at the minute. There's yet another one there onto the Ivy position. So fair enough. The CT that was close to him stopped. Machine does not know where to peek first. But here's a bit of a shot there. Oh,
you make sound.
Footstep cigarette. That's what's going to dink you down. Machine Gun, 6 Deeg shots. You don't want to mess with this guy here. And now without armor and 20 HP, how long is he going to be for this world? And a 1v4 a bit of a duel? I don't think for too long here, Blair.
Yeah, he's going to be taken out in time. But like the small little thing, like Cigarette, he didn't need to jump around. He could have gone with a teammate. Your CT economy is still not that great.
Yeah,
you cannot afford to lose any of your guns here. And again, taking the fight. Why do you want to risk this as Machine finally gets taken down?
And I'm not too sure why QQ's not there to pick up the rifle. That his teammate lost here, that Cigarette lost.
Yeah.
But it looks like QQ's going to be sticking with the UMP. No, there you go. He's going to be rolling it over to Cigarette and then taking it back himself. Likes that gun. So yeah, there you go. A bit of a drop going in from a teammate, but indeed, as you said, if they would have all made it alive, the economy would have looked that much better.
Yeah, slightly, because if you look at the cash right now, all of the 5-2, it's not there yet. And it's train. It's train. It's a map where you need the utility. You need those incendiaries. You need those smokes, to try and stop an early push. And Mongols, well, it's going to be the pistol armor buy. They, I think like the one they've lost now 2 rounds in a row. So it's going to be max loss bonus or 4th round loss bonus kicking in. So they have money to work with, pistols armor, and let's see what they do with this. This is interesting with QQ pushed him pretty deep.
Oh, he's got 3 Ts on the other side, and they don't even know it. Look at this first shot connects, second shot does not. Dobu will take him down. One nice shot from CBBK puts his team at a very good advantage. 4v3 situation at the moment. Cigarette's left to defend Ivy by himself. Now he's got a teammate to work with here, but he's smoked inside, trapped in that place, if you will. And now the T's are going to have to fall back a little bit there due to that molly. Cigarette does not connect any shots with the T trying to flank back. And now they should be trying to make some sort of headway. And look at this. They've got a UMP in their hands. No, they actually went for the UMP, and now they're retreating. But you wouldn't give them too much. 50 seconds left, and they have absolutely no real estate. There's one lurker on the B-side position there, but he's not finding any kind of new ground for his team to back upon, and that's not great.
Yeah, I like what 7-6 are doing this round. They're not aggressing in, because Mongols, I think they're reading them correctly. Mongols actually waiting in for that push, like you saw the lurk. I think it was Cabal waiting inside towards the lower slope. They were waiting for that push to come in from the inner slope, but 7642, they're not having any of it. They're going to be playing it smart. They know they have the weaponry advantage. They know that Mongols barely have any utility to work with, so just go for the long-range duels, and PTC, CBBK will have no trouble getting those 2 kills. NCL all alone here in a 1v4.
1v4 situation for him, taking out the Tech 9 and going through the smoke, but he gets spotted and taken down. Cigarette does not hold on for too long there. 6-2 now. 7642. Starting to look decent on their CT side as Mongolz went for a bit of a mistake there, and that cost them, what, 3 rounds with their force buy.
Yeah, true that.
Look at that triple peak. That was pretty well orchestrated, to be honest.
That's pretty cool. We do have the op out on PTC, who has been on point today on this map at the very least. 12. I think they've shaken off the loss they had earlier today, and against.
Oh, you gotta keep on trucking, buddy.
You gotta keep on trucking.
You gotta keep doing what you do best. 7642 look like they do good on a CT side, so they're gonna keep at that.
So the buy round for Mongols, yeah. AKs, utility, what are they going to do with this? They still don't have that much utility to work with. They already tossed in the smoke, so they have to go for a play here. I'm surprised 7642 haven't used the incendiaries yet. You have so many, they just use it, goddammit. Cigarettes is going to be kissing a man in the smoke, pushes in. He has no idea where he is. He's going to work at the bomb, though, and I have no idea what's happening. A Cigarette pushes it, gets 2 kills, bombs down, and all of a sudden it's a 2v4.
And in this 2v4, Adobe and Machine Gun, they're not left with a lot of options, but they do get some frags. PTC has no idea that Machine was hiding at heaven, and that's why he was climbing up there like it was home.
When did he even get to its heaven?
Well, I don't think anyone does know. Maybe he just started around there. You know, that crazy bug, like on Dust 2, like it used to be.
He just spawned there.
He just spawned there at the start. Yeah, Cigarette, sick position, gets the frag, and now Machine is all that's left in this round. 1v3, he can do it. We've seen Machine Gun clutch around beautifully. But he's not expected to take this one because this is trained. So many cubbies, so many places where you can safely hide until your teammates get there. But there's no need to hide from QQ. He peeks out, takes Machine Gun straight up. And 7-2 is a very decent scoreline for 7642.
That was a weird round, if you ask me. Very chaotic. Mongols just pushing it. Again, 7642, right? I know they went for the fights there, and they won the round in the end pretty convincingly because of Cigarettes is pushing in through the smoke. But here's the thing, though. They had so much utility still remaining on all the players. They had 4 guys on the outer bomb side. Use your incendiaries, right? It's not like you're lacking incendiaries. Two Molotovs towards the outer entrance or towards Pop Dog, and boom, like the Mongols.
You got some sort of an entry.
Yeah, and the Mongols is going to be stuck there. And now the Mongols don't have any more utility remaining to go for an execute. Use the utility, you can pretty much win rounds just based off a couple of Molotovs instead of just having to go for this fight. So sometimes I feel like the Asian teams, they just buy utility because they see other teams, Western teams playing. Like, I think we should go for these nades and Molotovs because they buy
I'm not too sure what to do
with them, but they're like...
but they look good, man.
Can we kill people with them? Like, it makes no sense. But... end of the day, they do win the round, and Mongols, it is going to be 4 rounds in a row here for 7642. Mongols going to be going again with the Tech 9s and a little bit of armor as well here and there. It's going to be max loss bonus kicking in the next round as well, too. So it's still a T-sided train, though. If Mongols get like 4 or 5 rounds, they should be pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. Let's see if they're going to be able to get that. I think they will be able to get a bit more once they break down this CT defense. There's some sort of a weakling that they need to work with. So far, they've been catching on to standard stuff, slight mistakes on their purchases. Now, with not a very strong purchase, they're trying to make their way towards B-side there, and Leaf is going to defend that as much as you can. But PTC will let his teammate die, although picking up a double in the process. Now going for the 3rd. Last one staying alive.
NCL. He's got to peek out. He's got to peek out.
He has to. It has to be done. But look at this. Look at this.
He's baiting it out.
Trying to bait what? What are you doing, man? NCL has a P250. I'm not too sure if there's much to be baited there, but alas, NCL falls down, but CBBK barely makes it out of that one with 14 HP.
That was a little scary, in my opinion, because the Leaf pushed in. There's no need to push in. Like, look at the money. They can't have rifles.
Yeah, there's no need.
It's going to be Tech 9s and stuff, right? And like I said, small little things, right, that just trigger me deep down inside my soul. And
hashtag triggered.
But they still win the round. It is 8-2, and a great start. I mean, for whatever it is, they have 8 rounds on bonus CD side on Mongolz' map pick. So that's a pretty good start for 7642.
Yeah. Both of the teams making a lot of mistakes here, and it feels like 7642 are getting away with theirs slightly easier than Mongols are.
Yeah.
Whilst Mongols were being punished for every single option that was left unexplored, or every single option that was bad, rather. But in this round, we do see an op coming into the hands of Machine Gun. It's got to be PTC that opens up the round indeed. Will Machine have a good reply to this? Not just yet. That smoke comes in. So it will allow PTC a safe exit.
So that's the thing, right? Like what PTC did right now, that was incredibly smart, like very smart thinking there. Go for the peak, get the shot, fall back, use the smoke, you know, get out of there. You have the man advantage. The same, like a round later, I'm sure he's gonna go for a, you know, a double re-peak or a triple peak again.
Try it again, yeah.
I just don't get it. Like, they have the right idea in mind. They understand how this game works, but at the same time, they make these mistakes.
I think
yeah.
if there was if there was an emoji that you could use, it would probably be not like this.
Not like this or baby rage.
Yeah, or baby rage. That's how I feel right now. That's how
But
I'm perceiving your spirit at this moment in time. Bit of a trigger moment here for Blech, as it does look like Mongols are setting themselves up to go perhaps towards the B side. No, not exactly. The bomb is a bit behind, and there's 32 seconds left. I'm not too sure what the plan is here from Mongols, but it looks like they're not going too far with it. Oh yeah, there we go. It's got to be Dobu left to make some noise over there on the A side, trying to draw in as much attention as possible. But then again, there's not too much time to draw in attention because his teammates have to make it towards B right now, and that they do indeed. Cabal, some nice shot from him, double frag. Drops the molly into connector, but there's nobody going to be there. Cigarette's already on the back angle there in a 1v3 situation. This is not going to be easy for him. He gets spotted and taken down. Cabal with the triple of this round. And there you go, Mongols. They're back on the round.
Again, that round was just so funny because Jobu literally just walked out of bomb site alone. No utility, no backup. Just went in, got 2 kills. Just like that.
Yeah.
And
dry entries.
Just crazy stuff. And
no lube.
And the timing was off as well. Mongols, they went into the inner bomb site before Dobu got a kill, before he really sold that fake. So there were still 2 guys in the inner bomb site. But Cabal's like, yeah, I don't care. You know, hello, boom, headshot. Hello, boom, headshot, right?
Gives a crap about utilities, bruh. They look good on my belt anyway. Ooh, a bit of a fast play towards the B side.
Mixing it up.
Change of pace from Mongols, and they're getting the shots in there. Dobu, beautiful. Nice from him to take down Leaf. And that's a good start to the round, with the molly being dropped at the appropriate time. And with this one, it looks like CBBK has some sort of a return.
That's one thing I've been asking for such a long time. Like, go for it in fast in a play. They finally go for it and boom. Like, you'd have the bomb down. And the round pretty much should be done with here. 7-6-4-2. They do have utility, though. They have 3 incendiaries.
Oh, what? Through the smoke there, PTC finds that frag on Dobu. I believe he saw just a tiny bit of pixel on top of his head. Not too sure what happened, but last PTC gets the frag, and then another one. It's a 2 for him, and now it's 2 of the T's left alive, and now they're smoked off. Machine Gun has to exit out of here without any utility because he has no flashes to use. And NCL finds a frag. Machine does dare to peek, and the bomb is taken away there fast. PTC 1v1 with Machine Gun, but Machine Gun does not know where the bomb is planted there, but does get the knife kill in the end. Machine leaving it all until the very last second. And 7-6-4-2 don't get away with it here. What a round. It is, and listen, you were right. It's not maybe perhaps the most tactical, perhaps the most, you know, engaging, cerebral kind of game, you know, brain engaging kind of game, but it's fun as, I don't want to say as what, but I think you
it's
get
fun as hell. It's fun as hell.
Heck,
we
man.
can go with that. Machine with a
Love
knife. Yeah, I think he had like what, just like a second remaining from getting the defuse as well. Like, and look at that, 7-6-4-2. They're broke now.
Yeah, no money for him.
And they got all Russian. What is going on? Cabal picks up 2.
How is this? What is this game? So Mongols don't read into the economical, or they do read into the economical situation of their enemies, but decide that it's a good strat to push. Where do you learn this?
Look at the health in Sogu. He's on 7 HP. Cabal to 49, like 1 shot for
Cigarette
CC.
could do it.
And Mongols slowing things down a little bit. They're like, all right, it's a 4v2. Let's not throw this. Yeah, let's just take a little slow. Take a breather. We just had a contact play there, which just insane.
Yeah, Cabal knows that there might be some sort of an action there in Pop Dog, so he readies his flash.
Look at cigarettes.
Probably going to do a bit of an Anders flash there. Not just yet, though. Machine Gun has to watch out for the back-to-back. Then he turns away at the wrong time. Cigarettes on his butt.
Oh, boy.
So close to him with that CZ hunting down. If he finds a close angled kill, he's going to be spotting Machine, but not going for the frag just yet. Now goes for the tap.
Oh, no.
But the accuracy on that gun ain't the best in the world. But still, QQ, talk about accuracy. 1 digs for days, boys. And a second one. And that was a collateral damage. He was actually firing for Togo. But he takes down Machine Gun. And no, it's a 2v1 situation. The Cigarette does have it. He picked up now. But his position is also known. And now the T's are making their way towards the backside. And That's an open spot. Cigarette, no smoke on his hands there. NCL and Togo. Absolutely no idea where they could be. So he has to go for some sort of a defuse. But look at this. They're so far behind that if he would have stuck to it, he might have gotten a chance to actually get it through. Oh, and now he peeks and takes in NCL. But the last one stayed alive with 7 HP. He cannot dare to peek. He cannot check if this is a fake or not, but he kind of has to. Cigarette holding on to the right angle there. He's going to be peeking on, but what a great play coming in from Togo, not allowing for the defuse to happen, and that's going to be the end of the round there. It will be 8-5. Still for 7-6-4-2, but Mongols making some sort of a headway. And with these 5 rounds, I think they would be very, very happy.
Yeah, and 7-6-4-2 just went for the 1 eco. They have the money to go for the buy as well, though. That round was just so messy. I'm just trying to like wrap my head around like what the hell just happened there, because Soko like 7 HP, 1 random bullet, like a little bit of debris, and it would have been taken down, and that would have been a round for 7-6-4-2, a round they had no business losing. Sorry, winning. But yeah, Mongols 5 rounds on board on the map pick. They should be pretty happy with this. 5 rounds on the T side. The double up setup comes out from 7-6-4-2. It's going to be QQ God and PTC on the naked up. The naked big green gun there.
Wait, what?
I'm a little curious why they went for this. He could have just gone for the utility buy for his teammates, because they have nothing to work with. Like 2 incendiaries, handful of flashbangs, 2 smokes.
Like,
Not a single kit either.
I understand the adjustment to double ops. I understand that, but would it be viable at the point where you have to go for a glass cannon? I'm not too sure for PTC. QQ as well with an opposite, so I don't know if it's going to work for him.
And no kits, that's what
kind of boggles the
oh,
mind.
sorry, my bad. They do have a kit.
Oh, they do? Yeah, CBBK does have one, so there you go. That's not too bad altogether. Let's see if he's going to be working out for him, though. It's a bit of a danger play that they're hoping for, but it's one that might just surprise Mongols out of this round. Let's see if it works out. PTC holding on to his angle there on main. He will face some challenges soon here.
That is such a ballsy angle for PTC, considering he's got no armor to speak of. The aim punch comes in from that UMP or whatever, any gun, and he's pretty much done for. And he does have cigarettes playing from the bomb train, and this time to switch it up a little bit. Oh, great entry there from PTC. And what was that spray?
Okay, spray transfer from Cabal. Takes one and then another. Beautiful stuff indeed, and it's a 3v3 situation. Mind you, PTC still didn't have armor. He couldn't have picked one up in the middle of the round. And now the retake has to happen, but no utility on the CT side. As you can see, they depleted all their economy, though. But PTC 6 shot, and Cabal falls down. 3v2 right now as Dobu and NCL are going to be trying their best to defend this bomb site there. But the push is already starting there. A bit of a surprise coming in from NCL, but PTC's got the angle out as well. He might just know where the last one is, and Dobu's going to be sticking around for his spot, watching the bomb. And clean shot onto PTC. 1v1. Cigarette knows now
He's got a molly.
Exactly where Dobu is, and yes, indeed. Cigarette did have a molly, but he didn't make use of it.
He didn't have much time as it was, but...
Why was Cigarette turned around as well?
I think it was just sticking it, because he didn't have any time in the end there.
Yeah, but why turn around while
I don't know, man. Like, he could just molly it off. He had a Molotov as well, but... Oh, man. But holy Christ, Cabal, that spray transfer was sick as hell. And they shot it. They got such great aim, man. They have, like, such great aim.
Yeah.
But everything else is a problem.
Yeah, that was about it. It's you can't really build up a game with your aim, and Lord knows that they're very good at that kind of sense. However, in terms of strats, in terms of how they use the utility, how they use the time, how they use the mindset of their opponents, look, I don't want to be rude because
go on. We like it. We like that. We love it at the desk as well.
Yeah, I know. Of course, yeah, at the analyst desk, of course. But as a caster, you'd want to stay unbiased towards the game. Because, but the thing is, it's a fun game. Look, I can give it that. At the end of the day, it's a very, very fun game, fast-paced, kind of crazy kind of action. No utility, just going in Rambo style.
No, they do have utility sometimes.
Oh, they do,
but they still go in Rambo style. Yeah.
It's not used that much. It's there for the belt, man. It looks good on the belt. That's what I can tell you.
But here's it is going to be 8-6, the final round coming in first half here. 7-6-4-2. Will 8 rounds be enough? That's the question. Because if it's 8-7, then it's heavily in favor of Mongols as we go in towards the CT side here. And again, it's going to be PDC with the op once more this time around. He does have a little bit of armor to work with. QQ God with the Deagle. 3 UMPs, no other rifles apart from the AWP. That's how strapped they are for cash. And it is going to be an inner hit coming in here. Look at machine gun.
Beautiful. Beautiful machine work out of him, but he cannot got more than one frag. CBBK surprises him with the UMP shot, and here comes the push towards the B side there. In the meantime, though, Leaf did manage to get himself a frag, which means that this is a 3v3 situation, though PTC is going to find one and then die. So 2v2 right now, and Cabal spots one of the CTs as his teammate plants the bomb. Time for a retake, indeed, because both of the CTs have defuse kits, so they need to plan this one through. However, QQ is low on HP. Soon about to be spotted and left alone here. CBBK dies. QQ with a deagle against two T's. Sorry, does pick up an AK now. Might just make some work with it, and that he does indeed. He's in a 1v1 situation. Has no idea where Cabal could be, but Cabal knows exactly where his opponent is. Well, for a second though, and now each other spotted. Bomb ticket away there. Something has to be done right now by QQ. He knows this. Not a lot of time left to defuse. None, if any. But it was the last round. And it was a round picked up by Mongols with a very good performance on their T side, I feel like here. 8-7 is nothing to snicker at.
5 rounds in a row in the at the end there. Which is...
They found the weak spot.
Which should have... if I'm 7-6-4, I'd be so frustrated right now. Because they had a lead of like 8-2 at one point. And that was a pretty solid start from them. PTC especially just going off incredibly well. Like, he's really been stepping up with the AWP, with the deagle, whatever weapons handed over to him. And the Mongols, though, in the end, they did manage to adapt. They managed to hit the inner bomb side much more often. A little bit of, couple of messy rounds, but a little bit of contact play coming in. But in the end, it kind of worked out in favor of Mongols. The big thing about Mongols was you saw Dobu and Machine Gun, at least a couple of rounds, go to outer bomb side all on their own. And pretty much like get 1 or 2 kills, or at least distract them, keep the CT's eyes busy enough in the outer bomb side while the rest of the teammates made it in a play. So that was a nice adaptation that Mongols did late in the half, which I really liked a lot. So 8-7 here, now Mongols on the CD side on their map pick.
Indeed they are. With their setup, they're pretty standard. 4 armored opponents, 4 armored players, and one of them actually has a defuse kit, but BTC steps in there, finds one frag, and his teammates are stepping to find more, but it's got to be NCL that actually takes them down. Leaf, though, returns to fire. There's one more T to watch out for. Only have no idea where Dobu is, but they should. He's 2 HP. He's been digged down and now taken down. And it's got to be a 1v3 situation all of a sudden there. Cabal's the last one alive. The USB in his hands. He's not going to be long for this round as CBBK makes short work out of him. And there you go. 7-6-4-2 win an important round. One that might just net him a chance in this game.
I actually really like what 7-6-4-2 did there. On the T side, not giving too much of respect to the Mongols and just going for the inner play there. And although they had 3 players there, NCL 2 great headshots before it got taken down, but nice fast round from 7-6-4-2. Just I think they just lost a couple of players there as well. So bomb down, get the round 9-7 here, and the force fire, of course, is going to be coming for the Mongols. Machine is going to be dropped the scout from NCL, and they should be careful here.
Oh, he's baited 100%. PTC takes a bit of a damage from that. That's not too much. He's going to be very happy at the position that he's in right now, though. Cabal left to hold on Ivy by himself. He's going to have to be careful about the way he does this, because Leaf is going to be close to him with a UMP gun. I'm not too sure how this one's going to be faring out. Cabal does have armor, so he's not in the danger of getting armor punched. So at least that's a good start for him.
Yeah, and for 7-6-4-2, they do have a couple of smokes, a little bit of flashbangs, 3 flashes, and a Molotov and Leaf. And they're not really showing anything here. Just slowing everything down as using the flashbang to burst out here, but it's going to be all 4 players charging out and machine gun opening it up.
Hey, what's up? Crazy shots coming in from Mongols right now. 2 Quandies and a nice headshot with the scout. And the T's, well, now they're at a disadvantage. 2v3 situation as Dobu, NCL, and Sogo are left to defend this, but NCL is dying down there. Leaf will take him down, but Dobu returns fire. Cigarette's position now known in a 1v1 situation. Who's going to come out on top? It's going to be Dobu spraying madly with the deagle, but not get the shot. Cigarette saving 7-6-4-2's butt right at the end of the line there.
That was a little too close for comfort. Dobu with the double 1 digs. What was that?
Holy guacamole. Look at this. Just clean shots, man. Beautiful, beautiful play. I mean, their aim is on point. You got to give them that. Their aim is absolutely precise.
Yeah, I got to give credit where it's due. And Dobu, one of the youngest players to come out from Mongolia, was kind of an unknown like a few months back, although I saw him in one of the minor qualifiers last year. And quite a few people who don't know much about the Asian scene are like, who is this guy, right? But he's very young. He's like, what, 18 or something? Just fresh out of school.
Wait, what?
Fresh out of Compton, yeah. With the digs, with the drive-bys.
Exactly. Might have well suited for a Tech 9 there, but alas, you kind of find one on the T side. However, here comes a quick round coming in from 7642. It will be an eco from Mongols. So it should be a complete and utter cleanup. So go now in the connector area. He's going to be hoping to get some sort of a frag, but none for him. Clean round from 7642. All members left alive. White stuff indeed. And now 11 points for them with the purchase from Mongols coming up here. If they get this round again, it's going to be a very, very big one.
Yep, absolutely. Are they not going to upgrade to the AKs? Because they build up a decent bank. I would expect a QQ, one of these guys, at least upgrade from the UF, or at least from the Mac 10 to the AK-47. I think they're going to stick with this. It probably is trying to feel out how Mongols are playing. Kind of a throwaway round coming out from 7642. Let's see what they do here for Mongols. But I completely agree with you. If they win this round, then it's going to be eco territory again for the Mongols. It makes it 13-7. And if they pull this one off, this could be very interesting because Inferno's anyone's game, to be honest.
Fast plays towards the B side, though. It's going to be Sogo seeing them come in, but he won't be able to put a stop to it with their Mac 10 to his head, and that's going to do it. But there is an interesting backstab from Dobu. He's going to be backstabbed in return. CBVK takes him down. Now, gets the M4. Now they've got something to work with here in this 3v3 duel. 2 UMPs and an M4 is what they've got. Utility plenty for both of the sides. No defuse kit on the CTs, though. They're going to have to make a fast play here. Cabal starts things off nicely there with a good frag. And still QQ and Leaf are alive, but ooh, nice shot from NCL. However, Leaf is still there for the frag, and here's a bit of a defuse and quick to spray down, but Machine, it was all a ruse. It's going to be Mongols picking up a very important round, but still their economy is far from perfect.
Yeah, and that was a round from 7642 where they didn't upgrade any of their SMGs or the Mac 10. So they get the bomb down as well. So not going to be worried about this. You have an average of about $8,000 on other players. You're going to be able to go for a comfortable buy. You also have an inkling about how Mongols are playing. But that round looked really scary, and I think it was Cabal flanking in all the way from I think it was from White Halls, where he got that kill on the flank with a 3v3 post plan that kind of ensured that Mongols won that round. But a little scary there, and 7642 should be pretty happy with that round. They got the info, they got the bomb down. It was just SMGs they had on every one of them. Now you see the AKs full utility on 7642, and pretty decent sum of utility on Mongols as well. So
look at this, bit of a boost coming in here. Cabal's got to be jumping on top. Pox and Ivy spots one of the T's, cannot connect the shot. They're both going to try and do their best with the nade. No, actually Leaf went for a flash and makes it out alive, but barely. 37 HP on him. And that's probably going to be it about the start of the round. I think the pace is going to slow down here a bit.
Yeah, they're just trying to slow things down here. Now you're going to try and draw the utility from the Mongols, because the Mongols just had 2 guys stay alive the previous round. Is CD side, they're going to be a little strapped for cash. That means that the utility won't be that great. So 7642, what they got to do right now, what they're doing is just trying to make some noise, draw the utility from the CT. So when they finally go for the play, oh, what a shot from QQ there. So look at it, just 1 incendiary, 2 flashbangs remaining for the Mongols, and it's a minute still remaining on the clock. So 7642 have played this very smart indeed.
Yes, indeed. Just incendiary and flash on the CT side, but they don't need much more than that, because look at this. Machine is on the spot with the shots there, Cabal. Good placement in between that smoke. Cigarette though returns fire, so it's back on the 3v2 right now as QQ finds yet another one there. Machine gun with 1 HP. All of a sudden, this gets very, very dangerous for Mongols now. The T's almost have access to the A side, but they have no idea that there's one CT playing very close to them. And look at this machine gun with 1 HP. Takes another one down, and now he's in a 1v2 situation.
1v1
1v1 rather. QQ's got the upper hand in terms of HP. However, he lost track of that 1 CT. Oh, but with that jump down, machine gun lets his position be known while he's off the bomb. And now he hears the T coming in. Are you joking me? QQ burns down the line from machine guns. 1 HP Molly. What am I looking at here, man? What?
What was what?
Okay, then. Need a cigarette right now.
He did see the Molotov, didn't he? He saw what?
And it's trained, dude. Is this a look? Technically, it's not a 1G because he didn't molly himself off. But the thing is, 1G evolved into a molly, like dying from a silly molly, which kind of was.
Yeah, and Machine must have been wondering, like, what just happened there? Like, what?
How did I win this freaking round, dude? Because like literally, he was just around the corner there, 1 HP from dying.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, that happened.
There you go. When a whole round strings around 1 HP. And you clutch it for your team big time. Okay.
That was also, okay, just going back a little bit before all that happened, all the shenanigans that took place right now. After they drew out a utility, when they peeked out mid, they peeked out one by one to the left, one to the right. Why not just double peek together? Go for the trade, right? The machine had all the time in the world to go for the first kill, the second kill, do a lot of damage, stay alive, clutch around out. I mean, they had the right idea, but the execution is rough here.
And here comes the push towards the B side. Sogo's not going to allow the bomb to be planted. 1 minute left for the T's, but they opted to go for a fast one. And right now they're getting dinged down. And CL with a good shot from himself. Cigarette playing around the B side there. He gets spotted by 3 of CTs and then taken down indeed. And then Mongols are very, very close to making it all equaled up. By all means and purposes, and look at the economy of 7642. This might just be 11 to 11.
Yeah, and the money is not looking that great for 7642 either. They will, of course, go for the pistols and armor. I think it's going to be the max loss bonus next. I think they've lost now, what, 4 rounds in a row? So, yeah, but Mongols, they winning those 2 rounds back-to-back, going to be giving them a little bit more confidence.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to be very happy with this right about now. Some action is going to happen towards Ivy there, but you see Cabal is actually pushing in with an AK. Dude, what is going on? What? So 7642 don't have money.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mongolian Counter-Strike, where smokes...
Sorry, I don't want to be like... I don't want to seem like...
it's fun, though.
Too weirded out, but what is going on?
It's fun, though, right?
There you go, it is.
Okay.
It is indeed. PTC clean shot against Dilbo, and then he gets Scobie. My friends, we need a soundtrack for this. What could be a good song to put in the background? Maybe the Looney Tunes track? I don't know.
I'm still trying to comprehend why Cabal...
Benny Hill, perhaps?
Benny Hill would be perfect,
Yes.
just running around in circles.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun. But the thing is, like, I'm still trying to understand why Cabal... Why would you jump out through the smoke? Yeah, great spray down.
Round.
Great spray down. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from that, but there was no need for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, Mongols, they are a couple of men to the good, so they should have this round in the bag. Should be scores tied here, 11 all. 7642 shouldn't be too worried about this round. It was barely anything invested in.
There you go. 4-2, as you have been let know just now. It's got to be machine gun on top of train there. He will spot Cigarette, but his teammate actually takes him down, and NCL ends the round there. 11 to 11, and it's time to make a wish. That's about it. Is that what they say? That's what they say in NA CSGO, which isn't too far from what we're seeing here.
I think it's more entertaining.
I don't know where I should fire those shots. I know there's shots fired, but I'm not too sure where they're.
Well, we do have dust later.
Yeah, I think it's 2 rabbits with 1 shot. There you go, Cabal. Interesting push. He did get the prize, though, so you got to give him that. I mean, not too bad altogether, I suppose. But yeah, still, it will be a purchase round here. Op coming in the hands, machine gun, and 5 AKs on the T side.
Machine pushing in. He's got backup as well in the form of Cabal waiting right behind him. It's a very tiny little angler. What a flash, though. Perfectly placed. And Machine's kind of trapped here. Needs to make his escape, and the smoke's coming from his teammate. And he's still going to stick around.
Yeah, Machine just at the edge of the smoke there. Using up his utility, his flashes perhaps to peek out a little bit there, but it's not going to be happening. Instead, he does make it out alive, though. CBBK is still going to be holding on to the same angle. Has to make sure that there's nobody in there to peek through. His teammate Leaf does have a smoke to use, but that smoke gets dropped down at the wrong time, because right now they cannot peek past the smoke. Oh no, they do. Cabal actually goes in aggressive and spots one of the T's, but the other one's going to be taking him down. Good trade right now for the T's. 4v4 situation, and still, it might just favor them if they go for a multi-pronged attack. But they got 48 seconds to go. If they need to do that, they need to do it now.
Yeah, I think the bomb got splattered out over at Ivy as well, so it's going to be on CBBK, who's going to fall back. And now NCL running right in front of E-Box. It's going to be seeing a lot of action here. Flash is coming out, smoke's raining out. NCL all alone, no one to trade for him, but he's going to get the spray right, gets the kill, gets another one before it gets taken down. Now it's a 2v3 here, man advantage to the Mongols, and a bomb still yet to get planted with 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
And now the T's are making their way towards the A side, but still they're going to have to clean out a lot of angles there. Trying to be a bit too fast in their push, though. PTC finds a good frag before he gets taken down by Sogo, but here comes a good one from QQ. All of a sudden, it's a 1v1 once again. Sogo needs to be careful because the bomb is now in the control of QQ, who will go over the plant the backside angle there.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah, just about barely. And Sogo has to go for it now. Spots the T. does not know that QQ climbed. Oh, and they both try the same thing there, but QQ comes out on top just a bit early, and it's got to be advantage 7-6-4-2.
12 to 11, 7-6-4-2. Finally, something going their way there. The Mongols, money kind of a little all over the place. Cabal's got cash to work with, so Cabal and Tsogu, they're going to be dropping a couple of guns as well for the teammates. So M4s, and opt-out on machine gun. Usually you'd see NCL wielding the big green gun, but it is the Mongols, like most of them take turns. And we've seen Machine with the AWP multiple times as well. You know, he's fine. He's pretty comfortable playing with either just rifles or the AWP and PDC. Spotting a couple of guys, he's going to fall back. No need to really take that fight. And this time around, again, like both the teams have a very similar setup here. So Gu's going to be the sole guy playing towards the inner bomb side. And 7-6-4-2 have been really, you know, preferring to go for the A-bomb site multiple times. I'm a little surprised why they haven't tried what Mongols did to them earlier, going for a faster inner play when they know there's probably just one guy there, and perfect timing from Cabal there.
And I'm not too sure how Cabal gets away with it round after round, but it does seem like he... oh, there we go, M4 pick. But it does seem to have...
Channeling is in a Stewie 2K.
Yeah. He's just, I don't know, he's just so elusive and, well, not punished round after round. But then again, it does happen. So right now, advantage for Mongols, it seems. 5v4 situation. And with 55 seconds left, it does look like this might just be a B-side push. Machine gun on the back side of B. Spots one of the players there, dinks him down. Cigarette to 19 HP, but not a frag just yet. So Goto will go in aggressive, take down the bomber, and now try to go for the second one. But Cigarette's position not seen by Machine Gun as he is currently smoked away. The bomb will be planted. It is a 3v4. 7-6-4-2 still have a decent chance at this, but NCL is actually quite close into it. He's going to be finding a good shot there. QQ fragging for his team. 2v3 right now. QQ is all that remains. At a 1v3 situation, and Cabal takes him down. It will be 12 to 12. And you just can't really set aside one of these teams one from another.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very, very back and forth.
Yeah.
7-6-4-2. 27 frags on PDC. The guys just like been going off here. On the other hand, we have Machine Gun 23 kills. Cabal at 20 as well. So scores are tied. Mongols winning this round as well, keeping 3 guys alive, which is pretty big for them because if you look at the money, it's still not that great. If 7-6-4-2 manages to steal, and they've gone for the force here. Okay, this is a very risky buy from 7-6-4-2. If they lose this, they're going to be broke, and that means Mongols are going to get to 14 rounds. This is a very risky buy from them.
Yep, indeed. But they're trying to make it work nonetheless. Tech 9s and UMP is what they have to work with here, and it looks like it's going to be an A-side on execute. Pretty simple, plain stuff, but they're not chicken. Into Pop Dog, and Dobu will take both of the T's, pushing in towards that point down. Leaf now from a different perspective. This one's good because Ivy is not currently guarded. It was Cabal that was in there, and he was taken down himself for the one round that he didn't actually push. And there we go. NCL's got to be returning some good fire there against the T's, and just 2 remain in a 2v4 situation. Oh, Leaf being shot with the M4. Does not expect another CT to be in there, and that CT is Sogo. PTC now with the Tech 9 against 3 CTs.
Well, we've seen what he can do with the pistols, but this looks unlikely here. 55 points of health, 1v3. The bomb's dropped in no man's land as well. Tech 9.
Known.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that he doesn't have on his side, and there you go. Sogo ends his misery. And yep, Mongols, they're not doing too bad right now.
Into 12. I like what they did this particular round with 7-6-4-2. The utility was kind of sparse, so they went for the a mini smoke wall on the outer bomb side. And Mongols, they played inside the smokes, and they pretty much had Dobu inside of Pop Dog.
Yeah, they had very good positioning there.
Yeah, and they just got completely slaughtered there. 13 to 12, and that force buy doesn't work out. That means 7-6-4-2. Their money is direct. It's second round loss bonus, and oh boy, this is painful. This is painful if you're a 7-6-4-2 fan.
Yeah, exactly, because Mongols are going to be approaching close to game point. They're going to be 1 round away from game point after this round, well, most likely. And with that in mind, 7-6-4-2's strat will really have to shine through because they're not going to have that many chances, that much leeway, that much time to make amends. And look at this from Dobu. He actually goes in for an aggressive stance at 2. Pop Dog does not spot a second T, who misses all his shots, and Dobu comes out on top. Beautiful connections from him, and right now the last one to stay alive there, Cigarette, does wonder what happened to his teammates, but wonder no more because we're going to be heading into a different round here as Mongols go to 14 points. 7-6-4-2, do or die right now.
Yeah, I hope we see the replay of this. That shot from Dobu when it just turns around.
Yeah, look at this, and there's another T coming down, but that T, I don't know how he missed.
PTC just
Yeah.
getting wrecked there. 14
Yeah.
to 12.
No, that was savage.
4-2. That was savage. It's 7-6-4-2. It is the. This is such an important round. They lose this, it's over. It's gonna be 16-12 because the money's gonna be pretty broken. They might go for UMPs and some armor the next round, but that's about it. And the Mongols, they seem to have kind of woken up here. Late in the game, but they do finally manage to wake up.
Yes, indeed. They found their sweet spot on their CT side, and they're doing just great with it. Right now, Dobu starting the round off well there. PTC is not going to be here anymore. And that's going to be quite bad because, as we said, there's not a lot of chances right now for 7-6-4-2 to make amends. They need to be very, very careful how they play this one. But Sogo a bit out of position. He's going to be taking one, but Machine Gun replies. And here comes Dobu. Dobu is absolutely on fire right now. I have no idea how he dared to peek in there, but fearless he does so. But Leaf finally returns that frag.
That was so weird. Leaf was completely blinded, I think.
Yeah.
And Dobu just walks and pushes past him and gets the kill.
Oh, and Leaf gets taken down himself, and there you go. It's going to be game point for Mongols and the economy on 7-6-2. Far from ideal.
Yep. Okay, this looks bad. UMPs. If I don't think we're going to be even seeing a single AK. Oh, we do see an AK. CBK buying up the AK and probably dropping it over towards his cigarettes. There we go. He's been the... He's a star player. Although PDC has been the main guy, if you ask me, this entire matchup. And Mongols can just close this one out and take it to map number 2, which is going to be an Inferno, the pick from 7-6-4-2. And considering that they at least did show some fight here in train, I'm hoping that, you know, Inferno might be even more closer.
Yeah, it might just be. It might just be indeed. Mongols now need to play this one carefully, and that's what they're going to do. Machine Gun, slight aggressive stance, but he's got his teammate to help him out there. However, he does not need too much help. Good start. And that blocks off, that Molly blocks off the connection coming in from the second tee, looking for that refrag. No chance just now as Togo makes a bit of headway. He will be facing one of the tees pretty soon. There we go, clean headshot from Togo. Great action. And now 3 of the tees against 5 Mongols. Bit of a hard moment for him, it seems, and you wouldn't think they'd had lots of chances, but they could execute with what they have. They got 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a molly, so something could happen out of this one. 7-6-4-2 aren't out just yet.
PDC needs to get those entries because okay, let's the UMPs, right? Valve have made that slight little change that the damage fall off has been reduced, so you really can go for those long distance battles or even the longer mid range battles, right? So the AK's really got to sing if they go for an outer play because the CTs are playing way the back. Instead, the bomb is making its way to in a bomb site, and it's going to come down to Tsogu, but he's got backup as well in the form of Machine Gun. Was at 3 HP. He's going to get taken down.
QQ starts things off well there with a good frag and now picks up an op. Try to put it to good use. Spots one of the CTs, does not connect the shot. And there's one more TT actually peeking at him. The QQ's now on 5 HP, but his teammate PTC is finding some good frags there. 2v3 situation. Cabal ends Leave. And look at the HP on the T side. It is far from ideal with a bomb just barely planted. QQ left alone, but he does find a good shot there. Then he needs to be very careful. Does connect with the second one, but Cabal finally brings him down. And it will be GG for the first map here. Mongols are going to come out on top. And look, a valiant effort from both of the teams. It looks like they were somehow sleepy at the start of it. We were, you know, perhaps a bit funnily looking at it. But towards the end of the game, things changed. This turned into some real stuff.
The thing is, like, it's T-side on training. It's not that easy anytime, any game you play. But I think it was a 5 rounds, and Mongols won on the first half on their T-side when they strung the last 5 rounds together. That kind of made life...
Made the difference.
It made a difference and made it a little hard. Because 16-12, it was a pretty close
Very
game,
close,
if
yeah.
you ask me. Although, you know, many force buys being won.
Exactly. And it could have been a much closer game as well because there was a very, very simple mistake that was made by... 7-6-4-2 actually with their purchase, so that was actually the tipping point for Mongols to take that bit of a lead and win the game at the end of the day.
True.
But alas, it's been an interesting match, match full of crazy strats, ones that were very, very entertaining to watch.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun. I won't lie. I love watching the Mongols, even the Thai teams play, because you just see some of the most ridiculous stuff you'll ever see in Counter-Strike. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun to watch. We're still learning how to cast this kind of a explosive kind of setup for us, standard kind of matches. But still, we'll find our way, no problem at all. In the meantime, let's see if the analysts have found their way to dissecting what just happened here.
Thanks very much. Yes, we'll go back, of course. It is a best of 3. Mongols now in the lead by 1-0, and what a lead it was as well. Looked at times, gents, that that was an opportunity for 76-42.
Yeah, I mean, they had great starts on both halves. I mean, they had the 3-1 start in the first half, and they had the 3-0 start in the second half. So that's really good early half progression. And because of how that played out in the first half, you saw a very scrappy beginning, you know, a lot of force buying going on. But at a certain point, 76-42 really just clamped down and, like, put up a stout defense Mongols couldn't really break. Particularly PTC's op was really on point. Like, he was absolutely shutting them down all across the map. But at a certain point, Mongols started to, like, find themselves and started getting, you know, a lot better executes going and getting more success. I will say there was a couple of rounds that were super tense, though, right? Like a couple of rounds where they almost defused the bomb. There was just, like, a few milliseconds on the line. So a couple of fortunate things went their way there, too. But their CT side was just dominant.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key, isn't it, Vince, with Train, is that you need some strategies on T side. And although Mongols only got 5, you look at that in a normal match and go, yeah, it might not be enough. But here, I mean, 76-42 had nothing on the T side.
No, they didn't. And one of the main issues with that is that PTC, who had a phenomenal first half, finished on 23 kills, only picked up 5 in the second half. And all those kills were very static play. You can see him right now cleaning up on the likes of Boxhalls with the AWP. On the T side, he didn't really have that same level of impact. He couldn't play his passive. He couldn't play his positions. He was forced to go into more aggressive angles, and that really stung them in the end. It was that spree of the last 5 rounds, ending the first half 8-7, that I actually think cost 76-42, because, of course, if they get a much more solid first half, 16-12 can easily be reversed. It could have been a much closer affair. I think that's what let them down ultimately.
Yeah, difficult map to break through, isn't it, if you've got a decent CT setup. That said, I said to Dust, it's an opportunity lost for 76-42 with the lead that they had in the second half. I know it's difficult still trying to convert it on the T side, but still, you've got the lead, you've got the momentum, you know how to win the match. You've got to bring it home when you get those opportunities.
No, absolutely, and especially at this tier with so much on the line, and a map and a game that we didn't really think they had too much hope in. You know, I was giving them 10 rounds. I think we were thinking it could even be less than that. When you're in the kind of position, the 8-2 lead, for example, you've got to capitalize on that. You've got to get a much more solid first half of CS, otherwise it will bite you in the rear end. Yeah,
and how do Mongols look at this victory, Dust? Because it wasn't convincing, was it?
No, not at all, and that does become a bit worrisome because they were such a heavy favorite. But at the same time, you can try to look at it positively, as is, you know, we handled ourselves under pressure. Like, even when the going got tough, we kept our grit. We were able to force the win through. Maybe it wasn't pretty, but we found a way to grind. And so that can help build character as well, and confidence that you've proven to yourself that when you're behind, you can still play your way back into a game. I think that's a learning experience. Maybe not to take your opponent's light as well. It could be another learning experience from this.
They also started T-side, which is obviously tougher, and you could argue that if they'd started CT, they might have had a 14-1 first half. They win pistols, and suddenly it's 16-1, and we're talking about how dominant they were.
Yeah, also when you win pistol but lose second round and get your economy in disarray, that can always make you, you know, prone to a slow start. But I think that they kept making adjustments on their T side. They kept changing their pace. They were, like, changing up how they wanted to hit sites. So it was good that they were kind of, like, going through their playbook and trying to come up with new stuff. And eventually they found something that kind of worked for them. They just kept snowballing it. So even though you could say that, yeah, 76-42 really coughed up a big lead, they shouldn't. You got to give credit to Mongols for, you know, trying to, you know, throw in audibles and try to come up with new stuff to take rounds in the first half.
Yeah, PTC had a great game, obviously, but our mummy MVP of the game is Dobu, though. He also had plenty of good numbers, and his impact rating was excellent in that game.
Yeah, you had 4 players and like 20-plus frags for the guys over at Mongols, so it's kind of hard to discern like who, like a really clear best player, but certainly Dobu was putting in the work.
Definitely, I would have even gave a tip to Machine Gun as well. I think he did a really great job, and he was one of the guys that, you know, every time you watch Mongols, you expect him to perform, and he bossed it on the CT side in particular. I think he was one of their main rocks that they were basically hiding behind and allowing him to do all the work. So, but they definitely had a solid performance as well. As Dust said, when you have 4 players all pulling their weight, if anything, you can just share the MVP. Like, everyone's done their job at that stage.
Yeah, it's definitely much easier, isn't it? Do you know what one of the things is great about these minors is that we get to learn a lot about the players and the teams that enter these tournaments that we wouldn't ordinarily get used to. So it's time to hear from another one of those players. This time it's QQ God.
The story behind our team is